Chuck Diesel.
Look at yourself. And if there is something about yourself you don't like, change it. Simply change it. If you're overweight, change it. If you're underweight, change it. If you're undereducated, change it. If you're underpaid, change it. If you're a worker and you want to be a boss, change it. If you're a boss and you're tired and you want to go work for somebody else, change it. If you have a relationship with your family is using you and you hate it, change it. If you're in a relationship and you're not being appreciated, change it. If you got athlete's feet, change it. If you got high blood pressure, change it. These are the things that you must do. You must always change the things you don't like about yourself. Now, this is the thing. I think it's rare that you change yourself drastically when it comes to you just looking at yourself saying there's something about yourself you don't like. Let's take Lil Kim, for example. When you look at Lil Kim or even Tamar Braxton, when you look at those women, you know they didn't look at themselves and there was something they didn't like. There was a look that they wanted to emulate. They wanted to look like someone else. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about you looking at yourself saying that something could make you better. You could be a better version of yourself. Those are the things that you must change. Before you can even think about having any confidence, you must do what you can to change the things or improve the things about you that need improving. Once you've done that, the first key to being a confident person, accept yourself for who you are and love it. Look at yourself. Look at all the great things about you. Look at all the things about you and accept them as great things. Now, of course, this is after you've improved the things that you feel like need to be improved. This doesn't work if you haven't improved those things. But the first thing you do is accept yourself for who you are and love yourself. Tell yourself that you are the shit. You are the best thing since sliced bread. I'm talking about Nick couldn't make a sandwich before you were born. They were just eating whole loaves of bread. And don't just tell yourself that. Convince yourself of that. Believe that. Take it to the heart, homie. Now, what this does for you is it allows you to not be bothered when someone points out what they perceive to be negative things about you. You see, there are no negative things about you. The negative things, people use terms like negative. Negative is one of the most derogatory terms you can use. It's one of the most detrimental terms you can accept about yourself. So if you are overweight, that is not something negative about you. It is a weakness. That is simply what it is. It is simply a weakness. Whatever is causing you to be overweight is just a weakness you have. The only one who can point that out to you and say that's a negativity, that's negative, that's a negative thing, or that's negativity is a person who has no weaknesses. And there are no men on this planet. There are no women on this planet. There are no animals on this planet that have no weaknesses. So the only person who can look at your weaknesses and say, you're wrong for that, that's bad, is the person who can say, I can say that because I don't have any weaknesses. And I don't know none of them people, man. So the reason for this is that it'll benefit you in step 2 because you must always value your strengths more than your weaknesses. Always place more value on your strengths than your weaknesses. You must. Strong is better than weak. Anything you're doing requires strength. It doesn't matter what you're doing, it requires strength. It requires physical strength, mental strength, emotional strength, spiritual strength. All things require strength. Patience is strength. Perseverance is strength. Determination is strength. Focus is strength. Working out is strength. Eating right is strength. Resisting temptation is strength. Being honest is strength. Honoring the words of the Most High is strength. So always value your strength more than your weaknesses because you have more strengths than you have weaknesses. We all do. So if you're thinking from the mindset of weaknesses, then you must reprogram yourself and understand that you have to focus on those strengths. Now, if you have a hard time doing this, if you're looking at your strengths, you're saying, well, I can't overcome my weaknesses, or my weaknesses, I can't rid them out of my mind, I can't clear my mind of my weaknesses. Here's what you do. Number 3, you actively work to strengthen your weaknesses using your strengths as building tools. You don't have to go out into the world to find a way to enhance your weaknesses. Use your own strengths to enhance your weaknesses. You must understand your strengths and weaknesses all come from the same being, all come from the same person, all come from the same spirit, all come from the same energy. Use your strengths to build your weaknesses. The number 4 key to being a confident individual is never to rely on stuff to give you confidence. If you don't have confidence, there's no way a car should give you confidence. That's still not confidence in yourself. It's confidence in the damn car. That means if you lose the car, you're going to be out of confidence again. You can't allow clothes to give you confidence because when you get to the crib, you got to take those clothes off. You mean tell me the only time you confident is when you dressed? You can't allow money to make you confident. Money is not a confidence builder. Money is a life easer. You know what I'm saying? Money is a relaxation tool. The more of it you have, the more you can relax off financial stress. And people can say money don't bring it happiness. The word of the Most High says different. Money bringeth happiness. There's a whole bunch of things money can't buy, and I'm gonna tell you, I don't want none of those things. To be perfectly honest with you. You give me a list of things that money can't buy, and I guarantee you there's a bunch of things on that list that I don't even want. If a woman doesn't like you without stuff, and then you get stuff and she likes you, she still doesn't like you. She likes the stuff. That's obvious. And you lack confidence if you settle for that. If you settle for allowing someone to like some stuff, feigning like they like you. If you would take the like of your stuff and transfer that to yourself and be like, well, she likes me because it's my stuff. So nah, man, you can never allow your confidence to be attached to stuff because stuff can be stripped from you any day. You can wake up tomorrow and have lost everything that you own. And then what are you going to be? You're going to be a shell of yourself. So I would say that it makes no sense. And I'm going to tell you the main reason to never rely on stuff to give you confidence, because you use it as a shield. You use it as a cover. You use it as a mask to hide the fact that you don't believe in yourself. If it takes you having a certain kind of a certain pair of jeans on, or a certain suit, or a certain watch, or a certain ring, or a certain look, or a certain car, for you to be able to do anything that you want to do, then you need to do some soul searching. Because even when it comes to women, even if you're going to go into an establishment, this is where brothers lose me at when they say you got to have stuff if you want to attract women. If you're inside of a store, or inside of a bank, or inside of a mall, or inside of a club, a woman has no idea what you drive. She has no idea where you live. So why do you need confidence in that stuff? Why can't you approach her when you don't have that car, when you live in another place that may not be as nice as that? Why is your confidence based on that stuff when the woman can't even see it? I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you why a man bases his confidence on that stuff, because all his confidence is going into approaching the woman. Once he approaches the woman, he has no more confidence. He has no, this is the thing, man. Any man can approach a woman. Any man can get interest from a woman. Any man can get interest from a woman. But blowing that woman's mind is not going to be done with your stuff, because you ain't the only man with stuff. And there's probably a man's got better stuff than you that she's already been around before. So when we're talking about material stuff, these men have to have it. It is the true confidence. They don't have confidence, so they're hoping that this is why they never close the deal, because the majority of women are not fascinated by your stuff. There's a very small portion of women who are just outright gold diggers. The majority of women are not gold diggers. The majority of women want their own stuff. They don't want to be controlled by your money. I'm telling you what I know. See, I know women. They don't want to be controlled by your money. Only the scallywag, the I can't get anything by myself chick, mostly real young chicks. Those are the ones. But if you're dealing with grown women, who have who are grown enough to at least have one degree, they're not viewing you for your money. They're looking at you. A lot of times they're looking at you hoping they ain't got to take care of you because they'd already been with some scrub who can try to use them for money. So what you have to understand is this: if you don't have confidence in yourself, yes, you're gonna have a success rate where you're only scoring with 10 to 5 to 10 out of 100 women because you ain't got no confidence. When you go into a scenario and you sit down in front of somebody and you're trying to get a business deal done, man, and you need them to invest into your business, you sit down talking to them about $1 million deal, you still got to have confidence. You still got to talk to them like they need you. And you can't do that if you don't have confidence in yourself. So never rely on stuff to give you confidence. Number 5, work on enhancing your internal being because it is the only difference between you and everyone else. So work on enhancing your internal being. Now, that starts with your relationship with the Most High. You don't have an internal being without the Most High. Your internal being is your spiritual man, it's morality. Any man who doesn't have morality does not have confidence in himself. He needs stuff. If you don't have a high moral fiber, trust me, you ain't gonna have the same confidence if you ain't got no stuff. If you ain't got no material stuff, you're gonna be a shell of the man you're trying to act like you are with your material stuff. That's any man on the planet. If you don't have a moral compass, especially a black man, if you don't have a moral compass, you're not gonna be comfortable. That's why you see billionaires, you see white billionaires, man, they be marrying chicks that ain't even attractive. You know why? Because he ain't got no confidence. He just got money. Let me tell you something about money. Women who view you for money, there's only one kind of woman that views you and views your money as something attractive. That's the type of woman who views you as a payday. She views your money as attractive. She views what you have as attractive. Now, granted, of course, we all want to look fly when we out somewhere. If we're going to go out somewhere, we want to look fly. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what you drive. I'm talking about where you live. I'm talking about how much money you got in the bank. I guarantee you, any woman who views you from no perspective, she's thinking about a pair of something that she wants. She's thinking about some jewelry that she wants to know if you can get. She's thinking about some clothes. She's thinking about shopping sprees. She's thinking about a black car. She's thinking about your credit card. She's thinking about whatever kind of money she can get out of you. And you can tell yourself all you want to that, man, I ain't giving no money. I ain't giving no money. Yeah, you don't have no confidence. If you ain't got no confidence, eventually you're going to fall for a woman. The only men who fall for women and fall deep into these in love relationships are men who lack confidence. Love is a confidence builder. You fall in love because the whatever affection, whatever attention a woman is giving you, you need that because you lack confidence. So the more she gives it to you, the more you fall for her, the more you feel like you need her because she's creating confidence in you that you can't create in yourself. So all of these things, man, these steps are necessary, but you will not hear this from any other source. So work on enhancing your internal being because it is the only difference between, listen, if we all, let's say if every man in this chat, we pull up to a spot, we all in Lamborghinis, different color Lamborghinis, but we all in Lambos, brand new Lambos. We all got Rolex watches on. The ones who don't have Rolexes or Audemirs on, then we've got Patek Philippe's on. We get out, we all looking fly. We all have amazing physiques. Hell, we are the same height. What separates us? The internal man. You got to start asking questions about the internal man. You got to start finding out about who we are as individuals. At that point, you begin to separate men from others. And so that's the thing you should work on in your life, man. Number 6, don't listen to anyone who tells you your self-worth has to be monetized. Anyone who tells you that your value is based on money is an idiot. They themselves lack confidence. They didn't have confidence until they got money. Or even worse than that, they lack confidence and they believe they'll have confidence when they get some money. Never let anyone tell you to monetize your self-worth, man. The dollar ain't even got no value no more. You're gonna listen, you're gonna base your value on something that you can't even control the inflation on. You can't even control the value on money. So you're gonna place your value on money. Let me tell you what you can control: who you are as a man, what you believe in as a man, what you represent, what you stand on, what principles you stand on, what your moral fiber is. Man, it doesn't matter if it's your parents, your grandparent, some content provider, some song, some counselor, some coach, some preacher, whoever tells you that your own personal self value is based on money. Think about this. Basically, what they're telling you is you ain't got no value until you get old enough to make some money. So you have no self value, you have no self worth. You can be a superstar high school football player, but you have no value because you ain't making no money off of it. You can go to college and be an All American in college. You can be the college offensive player of the year. And guess what? You ain't making no money, so you ain't got no value. You understand? You can have an undergraduate degree and still be going to school and just be working enough just to, just to make ends meet as a college student. But you ain't worth nothing because you ain't making no money. You see what I'm saying? This is a man's way of telling you that you must look at yourself beneath someone just because they got a little bit of money. Never do that. Never let no one tell you any foolishness like that. Never let any idiot tell you that in order for you to have value, then you gotta get yourself together. You gotta make some money. You gotta change this and you gotta change it. No, and to have value to yourself, if there's something about you that causes you to lack confidence, yes, change that. But your value is based on you, not anybody else. Craziest thing I ever heard in my life, man. Your value is based on how much money you got. Your value is based on what you can buy. Your value is based on what you drive. Your value is based on what you wear. Man, your value is based on who the hell you see when you look at when you wake up in the mirror in the morning. And if you ain't fully dressed and got on all your jewelry and you ain't got your car in the bathroom sitting in there while you in it, nigga, your value is based on you, who you are. Damn value based on no stuff, man. Now, number 7, self-education is the key to self-worth. Self-education is the key to self-worth. Bottom line, if you don't educate yourself, no one else is going to give you what you need to enhance your understanding of who you are. You see what I'm saying? You know who you are from a very young age. They don't teach that in school. They don't teach you to enhance that in the universities. They teach you a set skill. They teach you a set knowledge base, and that's it. If you want to develop your confidence in yourself, you have to learn yourself. And the way to learn yourself is to educate yourself about yourself. Your dad can't even educate you about who you are because he's going to end up trying to live vicariously through you. Your mom can't educate you about yourself because she wants you to stay her baby. She don't want you to become a man. You have to educate yourself about yourself. You have to look at your strengths, know what they are. You have to look at your weaknesses, know what they are. And you have to figure out on your own how to use your strengths to build your weaknesses. No one can help you with that. And that's just the bottom line. You can search, you can look all over the world, man, and try to see if you can find someone to help you with that. And I'm telling you, homie, you ain't gonna find nobody. Nobody can help you with that. Another thing about self-education, there are things that you want to learn. There are things you need to know because you want to enhance yourself intellectually as well. But if you go to somebody's, university, you're learning the same thing everybody else in that class is learning. Hey, man, if that's your thing, if you're in school and that's what you need to do in order to build your career, man, I'm not saying don't do that. What I am saying is don't let that be the source of you believing that you're intellectual, because a college education does not make you an intellect. It makes you an expert in one specific field. It doesn't make you it doesn't even make you a scholar. You know what I'm saying? It makes you a student with a degree. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make you a philosopher. It doesn't enhance you in any way other than giving you what you need to get a job in a particular field. You must educate yourself. The world is a huge place, and the college campus only covers a fraction of it. You got to get out here in the world and learn from experiences, man. You have to enhance yourself by learning how you interact with this world, the good, the bad, the ugly, of your spot in this world, man. That's just the bottom line. Now, number 8, validate yourself with the knowledge that your opinion matters more than anyone else's. Your opinion of yourself is the one that you should be trying to shape. Your opinion of yourself, when you look at the man in the mirror, that's the one that needs to be pleasing. That you have to impress you. You can't be worrying about impressing other people. You got to impress you got to impress you, man. You're the only one that got to be with you every day. You're the only one that was born with you. And guess what? When you kick the bucket and you in that box, you're going to be the only one in there. When you're on your deathbed, having those flashbacks over your life, you're going to be the only one there with you. If you had to do time in prison, guess what? You're going to be the only one on trial going in that cell with you. When they call your name to stand up, when they say whoever you are, if they say Mr. BOA, ain't nobody going to stand up with me. When you read a tombstone that says Mr. BOA, I'm going to be in there. Ain't nobody else going to be in there. So you ain't got but one person in this world to impress, and that's yourself, man. That's it, man. Impress yourself. If you live in the hood and the hood life ain't for you, do everything you can to get out of the hood so you can just live a normal life. If your parents are too overprotective and too strict, then do what you got to do, man, to get your life together so you can get out of your parents' house. Whatever you want to be in this world, be it. Even if it don't make no money, it ain't about making money. As long as you got no money to survive on, as long as you got no money to live on, if you can pay all your bills and live the life you want to live, travel when you want to travel, it ain't about, man, how much money you're going to leave behind when you die. When you dead, it don't matter what you left behind. It is better to leave your seeds with a way to make money than it is to leave them a bunch of money with no way to enhance the money, with no way to increase the money. So the bottom line is, man, every day you wake up, you got to figure out what it's going to take to impress you. What goal do you want yourself to achieve? That's the reason I'm an entrepreneur, man. I'm an entrepreneur because I just want to have to impress myself. I want to give myself a goal. I want to give myself a goal, and then I want to grind my ass off to get there. And then I don't want somebody to tell me, okay, your time is up. It's 5 o'clock. You got to go home. It don't matter if you ain't finished. You won't finish today. I don't need that. I need to be able to be in here at 9:45 like I am right now. I need to be able to be in here at 11 p.m. I need to be able to get up at 3 a.m. and work if I want to. I need to be able to do what I need to do in order to get the things that I need to get done. And all I have to do is impress myself. I don't care if no other person on the planet is ever impressed with anything I do. Because you know what? I'll go off the grid. I'll go in hermit mode on the ass. I'm telling you. I'm the only one that got to impress. So validate yourself. Don't let anyone else validate you. Validate yourself by keeping in mind the knowledge that your opinion of yourself matters more than anyone else's opinion of you matters. Number 9, never accept anyone as a prize to you. Never. No one is a prize to you. You ain't hit no jackpot because somebody came into your life, man. You ain't hit no lottery because somebody came into your life. Lotteries and jackpots, they change your life forever for the positive. They put you in a different stratosphere immediately. Tell me when somebody came into your life before and instantly put you on the next level. I bet you can't tell me. Always view yourself as the prize simply because you know you'll always be true to yourself. How can you view someone as a prize when you can't trust them to be true to you forever? If you hit the lottery, that's going to be your money until you spend it. If Public Clearinghouse come to your door and hand you that check, that's going to be your money until you spend it. Somebody come into your life like they're a prize, man, yeah, they may be gone in a month. Hell, they could be gone in a week. You'll never know when they're going to come and go. So how you going to view it as a prize? A prize is yours. You won it. It's yours. The prize can't just get up and leave. The prize cannot be swayed away by someone else. The prize cannot be selfish and say somebody else is going to spend me better than you are. No human can be a prize to you because no human is going to put in the type of work that a prize will put in for you. What human is going to put their life on a line for you in any situation? Nobody but you. What human is going to do everything in their power, give you their last, just give you everything they got because you need it? Nobody but you. What human is going to be there with you, man, if you're sick as a dog, man? I'm talking sick as a dog, can't even get out the bed. You bedridden. You just got to lay down for a couple of days. Who's going to be there with you laying in the bed the entire time? Nobody but you. If you got to go to surgery, who's going to be on that table with you while you're getting cut on? Nobody but you. This list goes on and on, man. It goes on and on. So how can you prize anybody who's not going to put more time and effort into you than you are? It doesn't make any sense, man. Doesn't make any sense to do it. Doesn't make any sense to think about doing it. And that's the reality of the situation. Never accept anyone as a prize to you. No matter what they bring to the table, they are not a prize. No matter what they say they are not a prize. No matter how they act, they are not a prize. No matter if their past is squeaky clean or doo-doo dirty, they are not a prize. You are the prize. Simply because you know you will always be true to self. You can't trust anyone else to do that. Number 10, give yourself accolades for your accomplishments instead of waiting for others to do so. Pat yourself on the back. Toot your own horn. They tell you that humbleness is the opposite of confidence. They tell you that confidence is the opposite of being humble. It's not. You can be confident without having a proud and haughty spirit. You should be confident. Hell, it's not like anybody can accomplish the things that you accomplish. If you lean as hell, I'm talking about, man, ripped to shreds, you should feel confident in that. You should walk around with your shirt off. You should wear wife beaters. You should flex on these knuckleheads because you've done something that most people can't do. And you deserve to give yourself accolades for that. Nobody else had to tell you, man, you lean as hell. Nobody had to tell you, man, you put in that work. Then you don't care about none of that. Give yourself your accolades. If you know you're grinding hard in your business, man, you don't need to get no award from nobody. You don't need to get no businessman of the year award, man. You don't care about it. If you're a musician, you don't need to get no Grammy, man. You don't need nobody to validate you except yourself, man, because you give yourself accolades, which means you appreciate your effort and energy in the things you do. See, somebody can give you accolades about the finished product. Nobody ever gives accolades for the effort that's put into something. If you make a hit record, then people give you props for the record, not because of the record, because of the way the record performed, because of the way the audience responded to the record. It has nothing to do with the process that went into it. It has nothing to do with the things you went through to get that record. It has nothing to do with the sacrifices you made to make it. It has nothing to do with the chemistry of the people you work with, how magical it was in the studio. Nobody cares about that. So you got to give yourself accolades from day one. You give yourself accolades for getting up, going to the studio. Give yourself accolades for being in there for all those hours. Give yourself accolades for being willing to compromise creative control for the better good of the project, and being able to humble yourself. Give yourself accolades every day if you deserve them, because no one else is going to give you accolades until you prove something. They're simply not going to do it. It's just that simple. Nobody gives you accolades for the process of going through what you went through, unless you vlog it, like the homie Chris Jones vlogged his journey to get show ready. If he hadn't vlogged it, we wouldn't have known what he was going through, not for real, unless you've done it before. Nobody would have known except the people who get show ready. But he vlogged it, so we were able to see how rough it was. And then even still, man, people didn't give him accolades, man, until you won the little show. Because people don't give you props for your hard work. They give you props for your success. And that's crazy as hell, because success can't come without the hard work. So be your own biggest cheerleader. Be your own biggest supporter. Be your own support system. Be your own motivation. Do everything you do because you want to see you do it, because you believe in yourself. Because you want to see you win. Damn if they want to see you win or not.
It's the book of Alpha running me, nigga. Read it or weep.